6:41, the wedding season is drawing near, of course. Are brides going for a more formal tone or keeping it simple? Small affairs or big blowout receptions, maybe even big weddings. Well, it all depends on where you live. The Knot.com has just released its 2010 Real Weddings survey results. And joining us now via Skype to break it all down for us is Amy Eisinger, editor of the Knot.com. Good morning, Amy.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing great. So glad you're with us. First off, you have the survey results from all over the country, including the Motor City. So let's talk money first. How much are Metro Detroit brides spending these days on weddings? Give us like the average total and then maybe what they're typically plunking down for, say, a dress and accessories, that kind of thing.
Sure, definitely. So Detroit brides are spending actually just a little bit less than the national average. So they're spending $26,135 on their wedding overall. That doesn't include the honeymoon or the engagement ring. And that's just a little bit less than the national average, which is $26,984. On their dress, they're spending about $980, which again, just below the national average, which is about $1,100.
And then for accessories, I see what?
For accessories, actually, Detroit brides are spending a little bit more. They're actually spending about $266 on accessories, and the national average is just a little bit lower than that.
Now, what's the average age for a bride and groom in Detroit, and how long is the engagement lasting these days?
Definitely. We found actually in our 2010 study that brides are getting a little bit older. The average bride is now 29. The average groom is now 31. And the average engagement time in Detroit is about 15 months. And that is a little bit higher than the national average, where the average engagement time is about 13.7 months.
That is interesting. So what's the most popular season for getting hitched in the Motor City?
I mean, definitely the most popular season is still summer, and then probably fall after that. About 43% of all weddings are happening during the summertime, and why not? It's a beautiful time of the year. It's a great time of the year for a wedding.
Oh, definitely. Good colors in the fall, too, but summer is the big one. I'm not too shocked there. So what's the most common style of wedding for Detroiters? Formal or semi-formal these days?
Actually, that was really interesting. So Detroit seems to love having formal weddings. The formal wedding average was a little bit higher than the national, and 89% of all weddings that are happening in Detroit are either formal or semi-formal, and that's a little bit higher than the national average, where 82% of all weddings were either formal or semi-formal. So not too many brides having casual weddings, but that's great.
I think that's kind of cool. We like to dress it up. I think that's okay.
Exactly. Why not? It's a great occasion to get dressed up.
It is a great occasion. Any other interesting notes to share either nationally or locally, like a favorite kind of cake or anything like that?
I mean, one of the cool things I thought is that, you know, brides aren't cutting back on the style of the wedding. They're still getting exactly what they want. What they are cutting back to save a little bit of money is the guest list. So 32% of brides said that they would cut back on their guest list to save money rather than sacrifice on, you know, the cake or the flowers or the decor or anything else like that. So they're still getting the wedding that they want. They might just be having it a little bit smaller.